Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here and welcome to episode 7 of my Ajax Dutch Players Only series for Football Manager 2015. As you guys saw in the previous episode, we won the Dutch Cup, which I am extremely happy about, and obviously, if you saw the sneaky little achievement that came up, it said we had done the double, and as you can see, by the league table, we have, I don't know what I pressed then, but that wasn't the league table. And neither is that, because that is not what I wanted. Anyway, as you can see by the league table, Ajax, first position, 81 points, winners of the Eredivisie. And yeah, that's why we had done the double. Um, if we had won the Super Cup, it would have been a treble, which would have been, really good. Quite an amazing feat in the first season, although I am really, really happy with winning the double in my first season. Obviously, the Everton series I have hasn't done as well. I think my best finish is probably like 5th or 6th, I think. So I'm yet to crack the Champions League there, but I have actually finally won a league. Obviously, I've won a few cups over at Everton as well. But yeah, this is my first league for Football Manager 2015. Hopefully we get a lot more. And yeah, really happy with how the season went. Obviously, using only the Dutch players was a bit of a challenge, but as you can see, we came through it. Only lost 3 times all season. Interestingly enough, Twente only lost twice all season, but obviously the 11 draws hurt them there. And yeah, Dordrecht was the relegated team, and you got Heracles, who obviously did really well to make the cup final. They are in the playoff relegation spot along with Willem too. So yeah, we're going to get into the fixtures now, and then we'll get to the player ratings. But as you can see, if I go down to the mid-season, just after the mid-season review point, which is here against Heracles, we beat Heracles 5-0 at home. Zivkovic with 4 goals and Kishna with 1 in the 91st minute. Fairly straightforward there, and I hate it when this happens. Fairly straightforward there. We did lose the next game to Groningen. 1-0 away from home. Danny Hosen getting their goal there. But again, we kind of dominated, although it was fairly even with shots on target. They actually had a few more, despite us having more shots. The next game was another disappointing result, another loss, this time coming to PSV. As you can see, a 3-1 loss, again away from home, to our league rivals. Guardado got a penalty, Depe, who is a player I'm very interested in, and Jeffrey Brumer on the score sheet for PSV, and El Ghazi got one for us, but yeah, by that point, we had scored first, and after that point, yeah, we conceded 3, which was very disappointing to lose that derby there. We bounced back with a 2-1 victory over Heerenveen at home. Castagnos and El Ghazi getting both of our goals after we were behind after 1 minute from Sam Larson. Nice little victory there. Next game was against AZ Alkmaar away from home, and we managed to pick up a 2-0 victory with Kishna and Duarte getting the goals for us there in an impressive victory against a fairly strong AZ Alkmaar team. We followed that up with another clean sheet, this time against ADO, Den Haag, of course. And as you can see, Zivkovic and Geraldo Becker on the score sheet for us there. Another 2-0 victory. We then followed that up with another victory and another clean sheet, this time coming against Twente, who at this point I think were only 3 points ahead of them, which was, it was kind of a turning point in the season where we really kicked on after this game. The 1-0 victory was very important, as you can see, Denswell picking up the only goal and the Man of the Match award, but we were fairly dominant, to be fair. Had nearly double the shots, but not the shots on target, which is kind of a recurring theme throughout pretty much all of my games. We then versed Camber, who at this point were doing really well in the league. I think they were 4th or something like that. And yeah, we beat them 2-0 away from home. Kind of expected. Duarte and Denswell on the score sheet again, another man of the match performance. But yeah, we played them off the park and always expected 3 points there. Zwolle was up next, and we beat them 2-1 at home. Disappointing for our clean sheet streak to come to an end here, but Vinovic and Zivkovic got our goals here in an even game as far as chances, but the possession was always in our favour. Ivanovic obviously getting man of the match performance there for his assist and his goal. We then versed Utrecht and beat them 3-1 at home. Kostagnos with a brace and Sam Hendricks also on the score sheet, giving us all 3 points there. And in a fairly important game, because if I remember correctly, Utrecht did actually beat us earlier in the season, I think. Obviously, then came the Fortuna Sittard Dutch Cup semi-final, which was obviously 2 episodes ago, the live com. Obviously, the Zivkovic brace, and then Kone getting his goal in the 91st minute. Just as I said that they probably weren't going to score, I think. I said something along those lines, or I think I said the game was over, something like that. Obviously, it wasn't. They scored, went to extra time, draw after extra time, so it went to penalties. And as you can see, Mahrez missed his penalty. But if you go to the stats, as you can see, we absolutely destroyed them off the pitch. But yeah, we couldn't actually get the win in normal time, or even extra time, to be fair. The next game was against Vitesse. Disappointing to follow that up with another draw, this time coming in the league. Zivkovic got our only goal after going behind to Ibarra, and Denzil picked up another man of the match performance for his impressive defensive display. We then versed the relegated team Dordrecht away from home. Could only pick up the 1-0 victory, but again, happy with the clean sheet. Kishner getting the only goal there. As you can see, we absolutely dominated them. Pretty disappointing to only score 1 goal from 11 shots on target. Van Rijn picking up the man of the match performance there, the Ajax captain. And the next game was against Go Ahead Eagles. We beat them 2-0 at home, another clean sheet, very happy with that. Denzil again on the score sheet with El Ghazi this time, and what do you know, Denzil picking up another man of the match performance, and we kept Go Ahead to 0 shots on target, so pretty good result there. And moving on to the second last game, was of course the Dutch Cup final, which you saw in the previous episode. Nice little 3-0 victory there for our first, well, we already had the league sealed up at this point, but our first real piece of silverware in our hands. Duarte obviously got that early goal in the 9th minute. El Ghazi got the penalty, which was nearly saved in the 15th minute, and obviously Ivanovic with that free kick in the 70th. And he actually got man of the match for that game, which was interesting. Obviously Duarte and Denzil could have gotten it as well, with equally good performances. And the final game on the last day of the season was against Excelsior, and we beat them 2-1 away from home, with predominantly youth players playing. As you can see, Walian got a brace for himself, which was very impressive. Marani, on the other hand, not so impressive with an own goal, scoring for Excelsior, I guess. But yeah, played with a few different people in. We got Legion at right back, Marani and Bezoa in the centre of defence. Again, Veregiva played left back. Gave Klaassen a run. El Ghazi came back in. Nuri started, which is a player a lot of you guys have been commenting about in the on previous episodes, I should say. Which yeah, he's doing quite well. Not really setting the world alight yet, but he is still in the 18, and obviously I need to give him a bit more game time, so I'll be doing that. And Deca and, as I mentioned, Walian, they all started, and all 3 of them played extremely well, which I was, really happy about. The defenders weren't too bad. As you can see, Marani actually got a 7.1 rating despite scoring that own goal, so yeah, I don't really know what's going on there. Anyway, that is the fixtures done, so we'll jump into the squad now, and how do I get selection info? There we go. Going on ratings, Bezoa was actually the best rated player of the season. The 3 games he played, he got a 7.57, which is, yeah, a little bit interesting. Maybe something to be curious about for next season. But we'll write that one off. He only played 3 games. Zivkovic obviously was an absolute beast this season. 25 starts for 26 goals in all competitions with a 7.45. Amazing rating from a player of his age. Obviously started the season as a 17-year-old and obviously is now an 18-year-old. Other players here, obviously Walian with the 3 games that he played did score quite well. Denzil, as always, 41 games played, 9 goals for a centre-back, a 7.40. The captain, Van Rijn, who's been linked with a number of clubs, 40 games played, 7.37. Duarte, a player I brought in, 45 games. I think he played nearly every game. Maybe he did. 9 goals for him, 7.35. Kishner played very well at left wing. Veltman played well, he had a little rough patch, 38 games, 7.32. Morani kind of played well when he was called upon as well, mainly in the cup games. Eric Peters, another player I brought in from Stoke, I think it was. Was quite expensive as well. I think it was like 5 million or something. 32 games played for him, was 7.21. Varigiva, again, he actually played quite a few games. 20 starts, 10 subs, 7.18. And then we got Becker down here, 7 goals in 31 starts, 7.15. Casagnos played really well at the start, 20 starts for 16 goals, 12 sub appearances, again a 7.15. Vinovic didn't set the world alight, but was fairly consistent, I suppose. Averaging around the 7 mark. And yeah, a couple of youth players I brought in. Decker was pretty well versed. In the 6 games that he played, managed to average 7. Sillison, as always, a goalkeeper. I think he missed 1 game, and he got a 6.99. And that's about it there. Everyone else is kind of a sub. And yeah, they didn't play too well. So that is pretty much going to be it for this episode, guys. Please drop a like, that would be much appreciated. Hope you're enjoying the series. I'm trying to get videos out a lot more common than I have been recently, so I do apologise for that, but they are coming out quite often now, and as the busy work period is kind of slowed down a bit. So yeah, drop a like, guys, and I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.